Hello, fabulous Leo. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of November 2020. Looking at life and love. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It is a remarkable astrological month, without a doubt. And it is going to be, as we begin the month, that we still are feeling the energy of Halloween's full moon. That full moon had a lot of surprise and quick moving energy to it. And if you are one of the people who feels like you still haven't had your surprise, well, just wait. It is going to be in the first days that we are carrying that energy forward. And so I would invite you to watch the monthly horoscope from last month again so that you understand the energies coming into this month. But very quickly, things will start to shift. They will start to change. A lot of that is thanks to Mercury going direct. Now that will take place right around the 3rd of the month. And then as we move forward, Mars slowing right down to a standstill will officially go direct right around the 13th. And so you put these together and it does suggest that wherever it is that perhaps you are feeling as if you are overly reflective or feeling like you want things to move forward, but they are not quite just yet, it is going to be these two planets moving forward in particular that are going to help change that energy in significant ways. And it is going to be just a day later, right around the 14th or 15th, depending on where you are on the planet, that we will have this month's new moon that really does herald in a sense of fresh beginnings and fresh energy. This new moon will be taking place at the very foundation of your chart, the bottom of your sky. This is a part of the sky that has to do with home, family of origin. It has to do with your understanding of the past and where it is that you're ready to bring a spirit of forgiveness to the past as well, to interpret it in a way that empowers you today. It is the new moon's connection to Jupiter and Pluto in particular that I find especially intriguing. Jupiter and Pluto have been part of an ongoing dance throughout 2020, and this is the third and final time they will connect with perfection before they create more and more space going forward from here. In fact, next month, Jupiter will be changing signs. Now, I'll be here to talk about it every step of the way, but for now, what this suggests is with this new moon and the intensity of the energy happening at that time as Jupiter and Pluto together can have us feeling as if we are in a particular intense place. It is ultimately going to be what is happening at home that is going to provide not only refuge, but also it's going to allow you to take that energy, that deeply transformative, deeply felt energy, and have it count for something right where you are. So for some of you, this energy is going to play out in terms of buying, selling, moving, new roommates. So practical changes on the home front in terms of where it is that you live. But for others, it may be that there are desires to make changes right where you are at home. If it is that you have a home-based business or you work with homes, this new moon does herald a time when you are especially busy. There's a lot of activity taking place on those fronts. Now, for some, this may be related to your family of origin, your parents in particular, where that applies. And it is this energy that can bring with it positive developments, or at the very least, empowered action that allows meaningful transformation to take place, whether that transformation is in the lives of these family members or in your relationship with them. So wherever it is that you are hoping to improve your home circumstances, this new moon will help you to feel like you have a fresh start. As we get to the very end of the month, that is where all the glitz and glamour is likely to go, and that is because we are going to have an eclipse. This is a lunar eclipse taking place in a very friendship-oriented part of the sky. Now, you have not had an eclipse here since 2012, so it is a rare phenomenon. You are going to have more eclipses here once we get into 2021 as well, but for now, it is this energy of a lunar eclipse here that is speaking in harmony with Chiron, in harmony with Mars to a certain extent as well. That indicates a heightened sense of energy and connection with others, and especially where it is that your alliances with others bring healing energy into the mix. Well, that is where you will find yourself feeling that much more blessed and able to tap into this energy of this time. So for some of you with this lunar eclipse, it may feel as if you are realizing some truths about the people that you have aligned with. These could be friendships. These could be group endeavors that you are involved in on a professional level. But as you're coming to a depth of understanding to your connections with these people, you get to decide whether or not you want to continue these contacts or not. Where it is that you are being invited to participate in a group project or group endeavor, well, it is going to be now that you are considering and contemplating what benefits there are and whether or not it is worth the effort that may be required there. Lunar eclipses are what I like to call a jacked up full moon. That's how I like to describe it, because it is essentially a very powerful, many times over, full moon energy that is going to be with us. And like full moons that tend to bring the truth and illuminate the truth, especially the truth that is rooted in emotion, but they also bring a sense of closure, a sense of fruition, a sense of things coming full circle. Well, that very process becomes that much more dramatic on the one hand, but also that much more karmic as well, because eclipses involve the nodes of the moon. It is going to be now that it may feel as if certain contacts are most likely leaving. There may be major changes happening, whether it is within a relationship dynamic or whether it is in terms of who's coming and who's going. But what is happening now, it is as if its time has come. It is as if you are coming to a depth of understanding as to who your people are, whom it is that you really feel you can be with, and where it is that you can really be yourself. Where genuine understanding can ultimately strengthen bonds that may be on offer now, but it may also be the case that you realize you're ready to grow in different directions. The key to remember is lunar eclipses are karmic. They invite you to look at whom it is that people really are and whom it is that you are with them, and where it is that people need to stay or will stay, then that will be evident. But where it is that certain alliances are coming to a close, well, that becomes very possible now as well. Now, where it comes to matters of love, the first 3 weeks of this month, Venus will be moving through a very mind-oriented and communicative part of your sky. But as Venus changes signs, will enter the very foundation of your chart. And this brings with it a connection between your past and your heart. For those of you open to meeting someone new, well, look, in the first 3 weeks, it is the online connections, the genuine companionship, being able to talk to somebody else. This is where love is able to flourish that much more. But as we navigate forward, and once we get to the 21st and Venus changes signs, well, you are going to enter a period of time that'll take you right into next month, where the people who are most familiar to you are going to be the ones that you also find yourself most drawn to as well. In fact, it tends to be the case that when Venus moves into this foundational part of the sky, well, you start to look at the past more nostalgically and sometimes find yourself connecting with, or rather reconnecting with, people you once knew. For those of you who have just started to date somebody, it is in the first 3 weeks that I do think you'll be talking with this person a lot, getting to know them. I do want you to be a little bit careful here though, because we do have some interesting, and I mean difficult, alignments between Venus and other power players in the sky as we navigate the first weeks of this month. And so what that says is, as you are getting to know this person, as you are talking to them, you may be asking yourself whether or not you feel that this is a person you can really talk to. It may also be the case that they say things or you say things that leave you with mixed feelings or uncertainty. Now, regardless of what does come up, know that once we move forward and Venus changes signs, that is when you start to ask yourself whether or not you feel truly comfortable with this person. Can you really be with this person at home, for example? Where the answer is yes, well, Venus is going to ensure that the love is nurtured that much more. But where it is that perhaps you're realizing that this isn't the right connection for you, you will likely be looking at your past, considering your patterns and what has brought you here as part of ultimately preparing for a brand new chapter in love, which is really right around the corner. Let me say, Jupiter next month is moving into your opposite sign. It really is going to feel like fresh energy coming in the context of love. If it works out with this person, that's great. But if it doesn't, there's every reason for hope that things will be getting a lot more optimistic very soon. For those of you who are in an established bond, the first part of the month, I will say, even though with Venus moving through this wonderful companionship-oriented part of the sky, and for the most part, you may feel as if there's a lot you can say to your partner and get along with your partner. There are going to be some key moments where you are going to have to be a little bit careful in terms of when it is right to say what it is you're feeling inspired to say. Whether it comes across as not being sensitive or whether it is unintentionally you say something and it rubs your partner the wrong way. These are some possible scenarios in the first 3 weeks of the month. But once we navigate into the second part of the month after the 21st, and especially if it is the case that you live with your partner, it is going to feel that much more loving and supportive right where you are at home. What I love about this month for you, well, look, there's a lot here, but I'm actually going to say I do love that eclipse at the end of the month. It is sufficiently dramatic for a dramatic Leo such as yourself, but it also helps you to understand who your people are, who your friends are, and whom it is that you feel a genuine sense of alliance with. Where it is that alliances are strong, it is that eclipse that is going to make that crystal clear. And where it is perhaps that they have served their purpose, you will be welcoming in fresh energy for the new and the next right around the corner. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this every week by logging on to nadiyashah.com. Sign up to be one of my superstars. Superstars get expanded exclusive video scopes each and every week, unlimited access to special horoscopes, and so much more. All of this in the superstar space. I look forward to meeting you there. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.